This kind of caught all of us off guard. I mean, clearly, if you don't know, you're about to find out. It's. I would be baffled at those of you who are finding this out for the first time, but we are definitely going to give our thoughts and opinions on it, and whatever else Scoot has. But I know this is definitely top tier news right here. So Scoot, hit us with it.
WWE is doing WWE things. And some of y'all might be like, well, what does that mean, Scoot? They decided to release more talent today. Now, you're like, oh, they release talent all the time. Kind of not to this magnitude.
Not really.
I mean, Santana Garrett, she was on NXT. She wasn't featured as much, but Santana Garrett, Ruby Riott, who just had a match last Friday, Braun Strowman, yes, you heard me right, the monster among men, Braun Strowman,
the choo-choo train himself,
Aleister Black, who just came back,
and isn't
what's supposed to be getting ready for a feud?
Isn't Zelina like rumored to be coming back too?
Well, I don't know now.
Like rumored.
And Aleister was just about to be involved in a feud with Big E because he cost Big E the Intercontinental title.
Right.
Then we have the best kept secret, Buddy Murphy.
Yeah.
And last but not least, the person who has probably been disrespected the most and still was a company woman, Lana.
Stuck through all of that.
She went through 9 tables in 9 weeks, and she was still there. She did the job.
She didn't even get a push.
Not to piss off this one here.
Oh, I'll trust me. I'm definitely going to get into it.
She lost her tag team title shot because of an injury to Charlotte Flair. That woman went through it. Found her tag team partner in Naomi. They still wouldn't give them the tag team titles. But we about to dive into that. But yes, Aleister Black, Braun Strowman, Lana, Ruby Riott, Buddy Murphy, Santana Garrett. There are rumors that there could be more. But so far, those 6 have been released today. Whoever wants to go first between you two gentlemen?
Yeah, I think the best way to go about this is just kind of go down the list of each individual. Now, I'll go ahead and say this. Santana Garrett, when I first heard that name, because that was the first name I heard, I mean, it wasn't one thing that kind of just shook the bridge. I wasn't really surprised because she wasn't being used. So, I mean,
I said who, but
yeah, we'll see. Yeah, and to me, she's in the same boat as Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green got hurt twice. They ended up letting her go. But with Santana Garrett, I don't know if she had got called up to the main roster, but if she had
matches, but I don't think she was officially on the main roster.
Okay, well then, yeah, this is somebody who can benefit more by going to like Impact or something. So this is why I'm not too worried about this one, because she, somebody that wasn't used prominently can find success elsewhere and better for her. Y'all have anything to say on Santana Garrett?
Who? No, sorry, that's rude. I mean, again, at least with NXT talent, you just signed a deal for your less utilized talent, and here you go releasing more people. Yeah, that's really all I have to say.
At least I can see a Santana Garrett being featured on like AEW Dark or Elevation, help boost talent,
or go to Ring of Honor or Impact, something.
Yeah, like so I can see her. So as far as Santana Garrett, I can see her definitely being on AEW Dark or Elevations, to help the talent that they're ready to, no pun intended, elevate.
Yeah,
I can see Santana Garrett being those ones who has that
definitely Dark first though.
0-17 record, shit like that.
True.
But
next one I think is probably an obvious one is Lana. it's not a blow to her because Miro is doing perfectly fine. Now she doesn't really have to go back into the world of professional wrestling. She can do her own thing if she truly wanted to.
I mean, she was an actress.
True, absolutely, and that's why this doesn't really hurt her. It sucks for her because of the way that she got treated after Miro got released. So
very true.
During that, it was very disrespectful to her for them to go through all of that and just again to fucking push the Charlotte agenda because she didn't need the fucking tag titles. You paired Lana with fucking Asuka. This could have elevated Lana as a legit talent because I think I heard rumors about people in the back saying that Lana actually could, she actually could wrestle like legitimately. But because you put her in this slot instead of actually pushing her abilities, you basically just held yet another superstar back and handcuffed them due to whatever agenda you want to push, whether you were mad at Miro, which is your fault because you let him go, and then two, to benefit Charlotte for no fucking reason because she didn't need the tag titles in the first place. So, yeah, it's better. I'm glad Lana's gone for her benefit. So yeah, the floor is open for that one.
I mean, if she still wants to wrestle, I'm sure she has a home at AEW for sure. If she still I don't know. I feel like she's heavier on her social media presence than she is in ring. So
the missus made a joke about her possibly being like a full-time TikToker or something like that.
I mean, hey, if you want to be a brand ambassador in that way, go for it. Just make your money. I can't shame her for whatever she does after putting up with 9 weeks, fucking 2 months plus of tables.
Right?
Yeah. Now the next 4, this is why I saved these 4 here because I came on here I think 2 days ago when we did the review of Double or Nothing, and I said that they should be careful with who they bring over because they bring over more WWE talent. It may hinder them. Right. I hate that because when you have these caliber of wrestlers, it's hard to not want to put them somewhere that's going to help benefit them.
Well, let me start off with one. To me personally, Buddy Murphy would be a better fit and Impact to me.
Oh, that's interesting.
I think
Buddy Murphy will be better in Impact only because it's too many. I'm gonna say too many. It's a lot of people like him with that whole X division, so he could fit right in.
Oh, that is good. That's perfect.
So I think Buddy Murphy would be perfect for Impact. Not to say that he won't be perfect for AEW, but I think Impact would be a great home right now for Buddy Murphy.
As far as Strowman goes, I think we can give him a nice little wave goodbye because apparently, I've caught this in a couple articles now, there was an interview with him. If he were to ever leave WWE, he'd want to retire from wrestling and go back into strongman competitions.
Really?
Okay.
Okay.
So we may or may not see him, but I think it might be more likely he just retires from wrestling.
Interesting.
Now for the remaining 2.
I'm glad y'all ran through Braun Strowman on that one because I'm glad Jaeger brought that up too because I wouldn't know where he could go. I mean, somebody would pick him up obviously, but if that's the case, I think he would benefit more from that aspect because I think it would be less fucking stressful on him.
Yeah. Can you get, bro? You were all up in here. At least put your face in the camera.
Tommy End or Aleister Black.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Ooh.
But if he had to stay in the States, of course, AEW.
Can you imagine him versus Pac?
Oh.
That's immediately what I want to see.
Okay. All right. So okay. Now that you've said that, I'm getting chills thinking about that now.
Yeah.
So okay. So this would be the perfect way to kind of keep Pac away from the AEW championship for now. If you bring Aleister Black in and have them feud, take my money. Take my fucking money.
Yeah.
Because that wouldn't end up putting him in like a prominent position when it comes to like the fucking AEW championship. You would pull him just like you did with Miro. I mean, well, not just like Miro, because Miro kind of started off a little rocky, but in the sense of not having him immediately go after like a fucking title. So yeah, sign me up for that. Yeah, but if that's the case, the New Japan absolutely. If he wants to go to Ring of Honor, which I don't think so, but I know they would throw money at him for it. But yeah, New Japan, or which I guess if New Japan and AEW, you technically are at both for the most part. So
that's true.
Yeah,
just deciding where to call home. Damn him at fucking New Japan though.
You see it. See, and this is the thing about with New Japan having this vacant world title, because now with all these people that got released, there's so many possibilities of where they can go as far as talent wise. So especially with American talent.
Can y'all imagine Aleister with Suzuki-gun? That's immediately the faction I thought of him joining, but I mean, shit, even Bullet Club.
No, okay,
it's a little too crowded. No, it's a little too crowded at Bullet Club. Let's do Suzuki-gun.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have him join Bullet Club. That wouldn't make any sense for me. Before we get into Ruby Riott, do we know if they all have 30-day or 90-day no complete peak
they
clauses?
Never said. None of the reports I saw never said anything about the complete clause.
Okay, fair enough. Well, that changed. I guess we'll have to wait to see how that comes up, especially if there's going to be more releases potentially. But now let's go to Ruby Riott.
Justice for Ruby Riott.
Ruby Riott definitely. I can't not see her at AEW.
Neither can I.
AEW needs Ruby Riott right now.
Yeah, because they would treat her way better than WWE did, clearly. Because with the whole Riott squad, they all should have had gold by now. Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan should have had the tag titles. Ruby should have had one of the women's championships. Period.
Yes.
And especially with how Liv and Ruby had worked on WrestleMania, they clearly should have won that gauntlet match and went on to beat Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler.
Yes,
that should have been your winners at WrestleMania. So they messed up on two occasions, with one the Riott squad and then two just the tag team with Liv Morgan and Ruby Riott as the Riott squad. Yeah, she definitely needs to AEW. Tony Khan, throw money at her. I'm sure she would take very little, but throw money at her. Throw money at her now. Impact, like Scoot said, you have a new king of the X division in Buddy Murphy. Throw money at him because you have a potential world champion in him as well. But as of right now, throw money at him. Throw money at him yesterday.
Now to piggyback with this story, there's also sources to say, is it possible that WWE is about to sell the company?
If you didn't say that, I was gonna.
Yeah, I heard that as well.
I mean, as the explanation goes, it was, what do you do when you're about to sell a company? You want to drive up the worth? You want to drive up your overall wealth into the company, or at least if you're a shareholder, you want to just sell off and get all the money you can out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we got to see if there's more releases beyond this, and because if there's any other big names like the ones that are just dropped today, then the speculation would lean more towards, then yes, they are probably looking at selling. And if they're selling, it's got to be to NBC. Like, they've already gave them the foot in the door with exclusive streaming services for WWE.
Mm-hmm.
What do y'all think?
I think
my question
is too much.
I think at this point, my attention immediately goes to one Nick Khan, who is, I guess, what, the president now?
Yes.
I believe. Okay, yeah. So the president of WWE at this point.
Mm-hmm.
My attention goes there because to think about, one, the whole New Japan stuff. Then immediately, pretty much after that, you have these releases. Something's going on.
Oh, stocks. You talk about merging with New Japan. You're trying to drive up stock values at that point.
Something's happening, and I'm pretty sure he has a lot to do with it. I don't know how long he's been in that position.
I think it's only a couple of years.
Has it been?
Hold on, let me. You going to keep talking, but I'm gonna look it up. I think it's only been a couple of years.
Yeah, because and even now, like I'm seeing a lot of stuff online that's showing like basically how he's coming through and just trying to like make a whole bunch of changes. So
interesting.
Yeah, this is
I can also see him getting rid of people to try and make room for some reason, make room for NXT talent that's going to be coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Which will, yeah.
I mean, and my thing is this too. It's like, I mean, let's say these changes are happening, obviously, but why this? I mean, they clearly know that the viewership is going down. There is no way that they don't know that a lot of people in the IWC, people in the YouTube community, people that's just fans around that have just completely stopped watching Raw.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to specifically say Raw for this because SmackDown's still kind of hanging on by a thread, a strong thread at that. But for the most part, there's very little substance in SmackDown as it is. I mean, they got a few storylines going, but for the most part, the majority, at least a good 80% of the show, is unwatchable at times. So
yeah.
So they have to know the general consensus amongst the people that's consuming this has to be going down the drain. So my thing is, what does this do to help them rather than them just trying to fix the situation with either the writers, backstage events, whatever the problem may be. So especially if the fact they're releasing major talent, and just like Jaeger said, maybe they are trying to bring in NXT talent to kind of revitalize the main roster, but is that really going to help if that's the case?
Depending on who.
So the issue that's going to be is you was kind of hinting at it last week. SmackDown now only has like 4 or 5 women now, or something like that. So
it's going down there now. Shit,
wait,
I think so.
Weren't we at like 10?
No, we were at 10 last time.
Well, then we released Ruby. It's like 7 or something like that now. But the issue that's gonna come up is, unless they're about to usher in a lot of NXT people into the main roster,
which I don't see them doing.
Either, depending on what happens with that main event that we talk about later, I can see 4 people out of that 5.
Yeah,
right on up.
Yeah.
So,
damn.
Actually, any 4 of the combination of the 5 can go right on up to the main roster.
Shit, that's true.
So now, as far as the women goes, unless they about to get ready to do some quote unquote shots of adrenaline, which maybe they might have thought the New Japan deal would have happened, there might be a whole new roster.
No, I mean 2 women I can immediately think of coming up from NXT. One got abused last week, the other one got abused this week.
It's gonna get abused next Sunday. Yeah, I said.
Look, you might be right. I don't know. I have faith though.
But I don't know, because like you said, SmackDown is hanging on by a thread, and Raw it's been a good solid month now since I watched Raw. And even with New Day debuting new gear and all of that, they still can't save me from wanting to watch 3 hours of Raw.
That was nice ass gear though.
It is. If you didn't see it, Xavier Woods is the White Ranger and Kofi is the Green Ranger. But
they had helmets too.
Yes.
Like, oh.
But yeah, like it's rough over there. I mean, the ratings keep dropping and keep fluctuating. It's rough over there. But I don't know, like I don't know what the plan is. I don't know if the plan is to possibly sell the company, expand it some way. They trying to look towards NXT as the future. I really don't know. Like, this is one thing to where I really can't guess anything WWE is doing.
Yeah, and it's a thing for me too because I heard
watch it unfold.
And I heard JD, shout out to JD from NY, who said this I think on Monday because he's one of the few people that still covers Monday Night Raw, and he even said he's like coming back and then watching because he was at Double or Nothing like live. He said he says I don't see how anybody can watch Double or Nothing and then turn around and watch Raw.
Oh no!
And like it just makes no sense. Just like just the differences between it. So then I thought about that even more because even watching NXT and I watch NXT and I see that even like the matchups, like everything is consistent and coincides with the story. So any matchup that happens, even if there is a rematch that happens, there's a reason for it. It's nothing that's nonsensical. And you can see even now, even if they do have a rematch with somebody else or if they repeat a match, it still feels fresh.
Right.
So, I mean, case in point. Finn Balor and Karrion Kross, like, yeah, the last match they had is kind of a letdown compared to the first one, but granted, that was still very soon. But again, there was a reason for it. They're getting that shit out the way because, and I'll talk about it more when we get into the NXT review as to why that made sense now, but it made sense for reasons of its own that I'll get into, obviously. But yeah, nothing feels monotonous when you watch NXT.
No.
And the same thing with AEW. AEW, they rarely have fucking rematches like that. So, it's crazy. It's especially with the amount of talent that you have. You should be hurting for rematches if that's the case. There should be you having so many people to have matchups with to where you shouldn't even think of rematches at a point in time, especially with the shit that we've seen with.
But then the bad part of the way Raw does it, like for instance, RK Bro has been beefing with New Day.
Mm-hmm.
So then we'll get the New Day versus RK Bro. Then we'll get Xavier Woods versus Riddle. Xavier Woods versus Randy Orton. And it's like, y'all literally gonna just do this? Like this is what's happening. We're gonna get the same combination of the people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like okay. just like now at Hell in a Cell, Drew McIntyre beat Kofi Kingston to be number one contender. So now Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley, the third pay-per-view in some form.
Which for me is very inconsistent because how many times have we seen somebody beat the champion in a non-title match and then go on to be number one contender? But now they do this to where it's like he beats Bobby Lashley in a non-title match and then has to fight for number one contendership against Drew McIntyre. Completely inconsistent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So especially because McIntyre already lost at Backlash, right?
He lost at Backlash, lost at WrestleMania.
So he's already lost his 2 matches. All right, 2 out of 3. You're gone. Like done. Like bring us Kofi Mania again. Let's go.
Or something at least. But yeah.
Because Kofi would have been a fresh matchup for Bobby for the title.
Oh yeah.
I don't get how they want us to just keep tuning into the same variation of matches.
With zero creativity involved.
With zero creativity. I mean, what? Reggie beat Shayna Baszler this week?
Why is that even happening?
Because Shayna's tired of Reggie.
Who?
Reginald, the dude that was with
Swollier.
Carmella before.
Wait, the guy beat up Shayna Baszler?
Okay, so I had to get filled in on this. Apparently, Alexa Bliss has been working her little voodoo magic or whatever. So Shayna's getting tired of Reggie because of Nia.
Wait, wasn't he with Carmella?
Well, after Carmella, okay, so remember around the time with Carmella, he kind of started veering off with Sasha and Bianca.
Right.
Carmella fired him.
Okay.
Then Nia Jax picked him up, and he's been with them
to be their sommelier.
No, just there.
Just a manager.
I wouldn't even say that.
Eesh.
The motherfucker just there. I almost said something else. The motherfucker just there. But he's just there. Shayna's getting tired of it. So Shayna's like, I'm going to fight you one-on-one. So during their match, I guess they're alluding to Alexa Bliss was setting off the pyro on the ring post, like the fire, like Kane's like fire. And from that, cause a distraction, Reggie pins Shayna Baszler. 1, 2, 3.
So we're having intergender matches now at WWE.
Not so much intergender, more of we're gonna put the men who can be beaten by women in matches.
Kind of like how it was with
Ellsworth.
Yeah,
I mean,
Oscar and Ellsworth. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't expect to see Drew McIntyre against Nia Jax anytime soon, but like,
yeah,
because this is Reggie's second time fighting a woman because he did fight Sasha.
Did he?
Yeah,
I must have missed that.
Yeah,
not surprising.
Sasha on SmackDown. Because Carmella had wanted that other rematch, and then Sasha was like, "Well, I can give you your rematch if I can beat up Reggie."
Is this part of this women empowerment thing that they do?
I don't know. But Raw has been going down the hole so much to where they really don't know what to do anymore.
It really looks like it. Jeez, this is why I haven't watched since before the Mania Raw.
And like I said,
Raw
After Mania was the last one I successfully watched myself.
Right.
But
that's sad,
here it is. You release talent that you could use.
Especially Ruby Riott, Aleister Black. Strowman had a shit story, but he could have been a lot better.
Yeah.
Buddy Murphy just underutilized as well. All right.
Yeah, he's a legit like definite mid Carter. Ruby Riott, a definite utility player in the women's division.
Yep.
How do you release a talent like that? And it's the same thing for Buddy Murphy. Just a legit fucking talent.
Right.
So I truly don't understand. Like to me it makes no sense because I look at AEW and I look at how they deal with because I mean their roster is fucking extensive and they've made sure that they built shows around that. And then you look at a show like Raw that has 3 fucking hours and you keep putting out the same talent, rinse and repeat over and over again without introducing new people.
They got 20-something male superstars.
No, they got 41.
It was like
41 male superstars. And you telling me you can't
40.
keep a fucking rotation?
40 now.
40, excuse me, 40 now.
Yeah.
But you telling me you can't keep a consistent rotation?
Apparently not.
That's
why last time I had said somebody said Raw stands for rematch ass wrestling.
Yeah, it's true.
But like I titled it, WWE doing WWE things.
Indeed. In fucking deed.
Before we get sad, I think we should move on.
Yeah. What else we got?
That was really it. I mean, that kind of overshadowed anything that I was going to really say because it kind of came out of nowhere. Like nobody
that shook everybody.
This. So,
yeah, shook was a word for it. I was just when I read it, I was
because the thing was kind of like how you said, Lip, Santana Garrett, Braun Strowman was the first name I saw.
Oh shit!
Yeah, Strowman was the first name I saw.
I saw the list of 6 altogether. So, like, when I saw the whole list, I was like,
I saw Strowman first, then I saw the list.
I didn't believe the list at first. I had to like go and do some fact checking. Like then I popped off and saw like 2-3 articles of it, and I was just
and it's crazy how they're consistently doing these releases on a fucking Wednesday,
right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think it's like what, the 3rd or 4th Black Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking crazy. It's like the shit may be by design, man. I swear.
Ironically, Aleister Black got released on a Black Wednesday.
Right.
Look, I mean, but I doubt these. I'm pretty sure that the majority of this talent is going to find work almost immediately.
Oh yeah.
So that's why I'm not truly worried about it, because it's not like somebody that got released that wouldn't be able to find anything. And if Santana Garrett was, there was a male version of Santana Garrett, then yeah, maybe you can be like, shit, I don't know. But because there's a lot of places where a lot of women can flourish elsewhere, like it's a feeding ground for women in professional wrestling right now. So they got she is gonna pull a Ty Conti in this case. So not surprised, but
now I'm gonna pull up Santana Garrett.
But yeah.
Wait. I'm gonna say this. Santana Garrett. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, is she Ashley Dambois though?
You know what? She might be.
I gotta get into Googling.
I was gonna say like Santana Garrett. Was Santana Garrett though?
Santana Garrett. I'm gonna look at her. Watch. I'm gonna pull up her picture. I'm gonna look at her face and be like, "Oh,
you might be." Especially when you see the outfit.
Oh yeah, but yeah, since that new segment, which I'm pretty sure that's it's bulked up, so it's no surprise the reason I took that long, because that's breaking shit right there. But we could jump into this NXT review here.
NXT
caught me up.
Sorry.
Oh, you see now? You see?
Yeah. I caught her in a few matches, but Santana Garrett though. Yeah. No.
Oh, you got lost in the sauce for a second? She caught your eye?
Oh.
You there? Okay, we're good. We good?
He was froze.
What was I doing?
You were froze, but it was the way you were looking.
Yeah, you like you were just looking down. Oh, look, there it is again.
Hold on, I'm fixing it.
But the way you were looking down at your phone, like you was like Santana Garrett, though.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh yeah, that was perfect.
Yes,
that was perfect. Yeah, maybe. No, you're good. You're good.
Maybe. Okay, good. The way I what?
Is that the way you were looking down at the screen though was like you were just like zoned in?
Yes. Oh no, because I was scrolling through like Google Images and I didn't notice it because they did her so wrong on WWE 2K20.
Wait, she was in 2K20?
Apparently, I'm seeing pictures of her, and damn, they fucked her up.
Damn, they did her win the games.
They did her no justices. I'm just seeing pictures of like her character model. It's terrible.
But
I feel like I have seen her in the ring a few times, but it didn't remind me off the top of my head.